You're wired in. SmallCapVoice.com. Following is a presentation of SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support. Now, with your online business briefing, SmallCapVoice.com's Stuart T. Smith.
Welcome all to this online business briefing brought to you by SmallCapVoice.com. And as you just heard, I'm your host today, Stuart Smith. We're joined by Carbon Credits International Incorporated for the very first time. That company's ticker symbol is CARN. And we're joined by the Chief Executive Officer of the company, Greg Lambrecht. Greg, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to stop by and speak to your company's shareholders as well as our listeners here at SmallCapVoice.com. And for those listeners who may not be familiar with your company yet, if you would, describe the company and its business model and market for us.
Yeah, well, we're able to send a text message via phone to any customer in the United States. This allows companies to communicate with their customers via text. But more importantly, we also allow those customers to use their credit card and their mobile phones to do a transaction or a donation. So we use the text messaging as a way of sending the link to their phone, and at that point they could actually buy a product or have a donation to a nonprofit.
This is really neat stuff, Greg, and really what it is it's an extension of some already existing technology, and it's focused, as I see by the press wires as well, in some of these nonprofit and faith-based organizations. But is my assessment correct? This is really kind of taking a good idea and making it better and honing it in for these entities?
That's right. As we all know, everything's going to mobile, so it's only an extension that people will start using their credit card and their mobile phone to do transactions and donations, which is much more convenient, and some people, that's all they have on them. So that's exactly right. It's in the mobile payments arena, which, as we all know, is very hot right now.
Absolutely. Well, you're the CEO of the company. You're also our guest here today. Let's learn a little bit about you and your background, Greg, and any other key members of the management team there at CCI. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I've been starting and operating small businesses since 1984. In 1996, I took a cigar company public on the NASDAQ. Since I've taken Carbon Credits International public, and we're very excited about that. My chief technical officer, who wrote all of our programming, is, of course, from Seattle, which is kind of the wireless mecca of the United States. And he and I actually came out of a company called SinglePoint, who was the largest text messaging company in the country, who did American Idol and other ones. Our VP of sales is Chris Heitkamp, who's a 20-year veteran of the wireless business here in Scottsdale. Of course, we have other marketing employees and other staff to round out our company.
Well, very good. It looks like it's been a robust year so far for you and your company. A lot going on with you guys. As the CEO, what would you say are some of the major highlights for the company so far here in 2012?
Well, the major highlights for the company in 2012 is that we've introduced our mobile credit card gateway, and we've had incredible success with companies that need this product and want this product. And as we speak, they're starting to implement the mobile credit card gateway in all of their marketing materials.
Very good. Well, let's talk about your goals for the company for the remainder of 2012 and even into 2013. Go ahead.
Well, we've really verified or looked at the nonprofit faith-based vertical, and we've really done a good job the last couple of years of penetrating that vertical, and it continues to get more and more clients. We feel that we can dominate that vertical. Of course, last year there was over $300 billion given in the U.S. We have a reputation of being the go-to mobile people in that space. So some of our ISOs, which I call independent sales organizations, they may have 5 employees or 100 employees, or they may have 10 clients or 10,000 clients, are really starting to bring us clients on a weekly basis. So we're very excited about this year and the coming year.
Well, there's a lot to be excited about, listeners, and a lot more to talk about just in reviewing the press wire for the company. Talk to me about your partnering with Microsoft Event Management. Is this something that's still ongoing for you in the company, Greg?
Yes, it is. And one of the experiences that I've had in my past years of running businesses, I've been heavily involved in the wholesale and distribution and brokering. So one of the strategies of us to get market share out there is to use what I call ISOs. And Microsoft is an ISO. They currently are the largest auction company in the country with 3,000 businesses that use them to do their auctions. They simply take our mobile product and introduce it to all their clients. We have other ISOs that size or larger that are also helping us to get market share.
Well, Greg, in looking at your company and the area that you're in, this technology, there's a lot of different facets to it. So as somebody that's immersed in this area, why don't you give us kind of the 10,000-foot view of this technology and how your company uses it a little bit differently?
Well, let me just give you the story. You remember 15 years ago or 20 when you first went on the Internet and you were going to buy that airline ticket, you got your credit card out, and, man, you weren't sure if you're actually going to get on the flight or you're going to get a ticket? Well, guess what? This is what's happening now with mobile. People are starting to use their mobile phone and their credit card to do all transactions, and that is what our technology allows you to do. So we're simply taking people into the mobile age.
Well, very good. Again, listeners, we are speaking with the Chief Executive Officer of Carbon Credits International, Mr. Greg Lambrecht. If you'd like to learn more about this company, and we encourage you to do so, take a look at carboncreditsinternational.com. You can also reach out to the company. Greg's contact information is available at the bottom of their press releases. Using that ticker symbol one more time, CARN, you'll see the contact phone number of 602-481-1544. Well, Greg, thank you so much for your time here today at SmallCapVoice.com. Good luck to you and your company here in 2012 and beyond. Thanks so much for your time, Greg.
Thank you.
All right, for Greg Lambrecht, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for listening.
SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support, provides its clients with the highest level of service. Our audio interviews are disseminated to one of the largest opt-in audiences available today. How? We at SmallCapVoice.com believe in aligning and affiliating ourselves with other leaders within the investor relations community. By sharing resources, each affiliated firm is made that much stronger and each client is served that much better. Our focus is to identify and provide the very best financial services and solutions available to clients and their shareholders. For more information about our services, please call us at 512-267-2430 or visit us on the web at www.smallcapvoice.com. This is a broadcast of SmallCapVoice.com, a financial communications and investor relations firm. SmallCapVoice.com receives payment for investor relations and financial consulting services that it provides to its clients. You should assume that officers, directors, and employees of SmallCapVoice.com or financial analysts mentioned and their families hold a position and intend to trade in these securities for their own accounts. This is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell securities. Information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, nor should it be construed as, investment advice. As in all investments, an investment in the featured company carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This broadcast does not purport to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from the featured company and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by SmallCapVoice.com as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice.